We've got, I'm assuming, a Danish one today. Let's just jump in. This one, and I deeply apologize to any Danes out there, is called Odense vinder aldrig guld, which I believe means something to the effect of Odense never wins gold. Odense being a city in Denmark. I actually had to look up Odense Bold Club. I don't know what that means. It's a football team in Odense, in the city of Odense. I know nothing about this, and unfortunately, the Steam Workshop gave me no information. It is by someone called Hagi, but there's no description, there's no images, video, or discussions, or anything like that. So, if you have any more information on this and on this football club, please let me know. But according to the tactic, I'm assuming at least, this is what we're looking at 4-2-3-1. We'll see what this tactic does and what it has at the end of the video like usual, but we are going to get into it in our Premier League teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa and our Championship club of Ipswich Town. So with that all said, let's just jump into the Premier League and see how they did. Well, unfortunately, not very well. Liverpool in 5th place is awful. 69 points, 64 goals. It is probably one of the worst seasons we've seen in a little while. Aston Villa in 8th, not great either. We've definitely seen them a lot higher. 54 points, 52 goals. Definitely not great so far. But how do they do in the domestic cups? Well, unfortunately, you drop out in the Carabao Cup 4th round 0-0 in penalties against Fulham, and then the FA Cup quarterfinals against Chelsea 0-3. That's a thrashing right there. But as we switch to Europe, yes, they did win the Europa League final against Benfica 4-3. That's a little bit closer than you'd expect. But overall, I mean, you still get a trophy at least. So looking at them as a season, well, Liverpool in 5th is not good. You do win the Europa League, which is fantastic, but you're out in the quarters. No, you got to the quarters, okay. Of the FA Cup, though, but Carabao Cup 4th round, not good. So it looks like Liverpool were kind of all over the place. How does that translate into their stats? Well, 19 goals is the highest for Salah. I mean, normally that would be fantastic, but this is Salah and Nunez. We're talking about Nunez with only 18, assist-wise 14 for Salah, Robertson with 12, only ones in the double digits, and then a 7-3-0 for one appearance. Adrian actually got an appearance. That's interesting. But Salah with only a 7-19, that is definitely on the lower mark for him. Aston Villa's schedule, on the other hand, out in the FA Cup 3rd round replay against Leicester 1-2 after drawing the first round. But then you get to the semifinals, you win the first leg 3-0, you lose the second leg 2-0, but you still get to the cup final and you lose out to Manchester United 2-0. But unfortunately, Europe is not where you get your trophy. Europa Conference League out in the round of 16 against PSV in both legs. So overall, I mean, Aston Villa did not have a great season. 8th place in the league, not great. Europa Conference League out in the round of 16, definitely not good. 3rd round of the FA Cup, not great. You do get runners-up in the Carabao Cup, but still, overall, not a good season. And squad-wise, you could see only 4 in the green right there. 17 goals for Diaby and 14 for Ollie Watkins. Not too bad. We've definitely seen higher. 11 assists, though, is it for Douglas Luiz, and that's the only one in the double digits. And then Buendia with 3 off the bench is the highest, but Boubacar Kamara with a 7-12. Definitely a down season for Aston Villa. As we look to the data hub, Liverpool's data hub just a bit above the Premier League average in basically all around. And if we switch to Aston Villa, barely above Premier League average and not in, I mean, only in like 2 spots. So overall, how do the Premier League stats look? Well, most goals, Man City tops with 84, Liverpool in 5th with 64. We have definitely seen better there. Fewer shots against Liverpool in 2nd, Aston Villa in 5th. Most possession, Liverpool in 3rd with 59%, Aston Villa with 57 in 5th. Most dribbles made, Liverpool the only one in the list in 4th with 646. No tackles won, so best pass completion, Liverpool in 3rd, Aston Villa in 4th, 89 and 90, not bad there. And most shots for it, Liverpool in 8th with 411. But now, how did our championship side of Ipswich Town do? Well, 12th place. Absolutely abysmal. 64 points, 60 goals for. They're expected to be in 10th at the beginning of the season. They're actually in 1st or thereabouts. In real life, 12th place is pretty awful. They did make some headway, though, in the domestic cups. Carabao Cup 4th round is where they got knocked out by Brentford 1-2, and then FA Cup 4th round against Birmingham 1-3. So overall, Ipswich Town in 12th of the championship, abysmal. FA Cup and Carabao Cup, you're never expected to do much, but I mean, in the end, yeah, it was about average. Squad-wise for Ipswich Town, only 2 in the green, so not looking all that great. 13 goals is the only one in double digits for Connor Chaplin. Hurst with 9, and that's it. Assists 8 for Wes Burns, as well as Broadhead. And then the 701s, both for Luongo and Leif Davis. Leif Davis, though, only having 6 assists, and that's it. And sadly, they're not here much in the championship stats. Fewest shots against in third with 384. Most possession in fifth with 57%, just a little higher than average. Most dribbles in sixth with 784. And then best pass completion with 89%. So with that all said, let's take a look at this tactic. A goalkeeper in defend is where we start. Wing back on the left in defend. An inverted wing back in support on the right. Central defender on the left in defend, and a ball-playing defender on the right in defend. Deep line playmaker in support. Ball-winning midfielder in defend. No individual instructions so far. Inside forward in support on the left, and an inverted winger on the right in support, or attacking midfielder in support in the middle, with a pressing forward in attack up front. No player instructions at all. That seems interesting. But mentality is positive, in possession, attacking with his fairly wide, approach play pass into space, overlap on the left, underlap on the right, focus play through the middle and play out of defense. Passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, mix crosses, and work the ball in the box. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly, distribute to the back line, and take short kicks. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. But now, how did it do for our 3 teams? Unfortunately, not very good at all. Doesn't mean it's a bad tactic, just means that these teams just did not fit into the tactic itself. Sometimes you really have to seriously massage your team to fit into a given tactic. Again, no player instructions definitely does not help these teams, but Ipswich Town in 12th, Liverpool and Aston Villa not doing all that well either. So overall, if you're looking for a 4-2-3-1, we've definitely seen better. I would start with those over this one. But if you are looking maybe in the Danish league, this might do some wonders for you. Bold club could be where it goes and how it's supposed to fit in. But overall, not the greatest here. But that's it for me, Steffi and FM for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.